What happens when one of Asia's most watched stars goes quiet? No film set leaks, no casting confirmations, no countdown to a premiere. For months, Wang Yibo has stepped away from new movie announcements, and instead of fading, the silence has intensified the spotlight. In an industry fueled by constant exposure, absence can be the boldest statement of all. Every public appearance now feels strategic. Every movement sparks speculation. Is he preparing for a transformative role, a global crossover, or something entirely unexpected? One thing is undeniable: anticipation has reached a fever pitch. And when the silence finally breaks, it won't just be a comeback, it will be a moment. If silence built the tension, Paris releases it onto a global stage. The City of Light is more than a destination. It is the epicenter of legacy, power, and creative authority in fashion. For Wang Yibo, arriving here is not about attendance. It is about alignment. Alignment with heritage maisons that define luxury. Alignment with a global audience that reads fashion as cultural language. Seated in the front row, he is positioned where influence converges, between designers, executives, and international press. Each appearance becomes a statement. Innovation at Loewe, refined sport at Lacoste, timeless elegance at Chanel. Together, they form a deliberate progression, showcasing not just style versatility, but strategic placement within fashion's hierarchy. Paris does not amplify everyone equally. It tests relevance. And in this arena, Wang Yibo is not simply present, he is participating in the conversation that shapes the future of global luxury. Wang Yibo's magnetism does not rely on volume. It is built on control. At first glance, he projects composure, sharp lines, restrained expressions, a presence that feels deliberate rather than performative. But what sustains long-term global appeal is the discipline beneath that surface. Trained as a professional dancer, sharpened through competitive performance, and tested in physically demanding film roles, he carries the precision of an athlete into every arena he enters. What makes his image compelling is duality. On screen, he can deliver intensity and emotional depth. Off-screen, he maintains a minimalist distance that avoids oversharing. In a digital age saturated with constant updates, this restraint becomes powerful. Audiences are invited to observe, interpret, and anticipate, rather than consume and move on. His cross-industry credibility further strengthens his position. Few public figures navigate entertainment, motorsports, music, and luxury fashion without diluting identity. Yet Wang Yibo manages to shift environments while preserving coherence in branding. Disciplined, focused, modern. For international viewers, this layered identity is key. He represents a new generation of Asian cultural figures who are not defined by a single market. Instead, he embodies adaptability without losing core character, a rare combination that transforms popularity into sustained influence. Wang Yibo's position in global fashion is no longer symbolic, it is structural. In today's luxury ecosystem, influence is measured by conversion, cultural impact, and cross-border resonance. His appearances consistently trigger digital engagement spikes, rapid trend circulation, and measurable consumer response. That level of responsiveness places him in a rare category, a public figure whose image directly shapes market momentum. Luxury brands do not invest in visibility alone. They invest in stability and long-term narrative alignment. Wang Yibo represents a generation that moves fluidly between East and West, tradition and modernity, exclusivity and digital accessibility. This dual fluency strengthens his relevance in both Asian and Western markets. Importantly, his collaborations reflect discernment. By aligning with heritage houses known for craftsmanship and institutional legacy, he reinforces credibility rather than chasing fleeting trends. In the evolving hierarchy of fashion power, Wang Yibo operates not as a guest, but as a catalyst, influencing perception, purchasing behavior, and brand storytelling on an international scale. At Paris Fashion Week, timing is never accidental, and Wang Yibo's schedule reads like a calculated narrative. Each appearance builds upon the last, creating momentum rather than isolated flashes of attention. He begins with Loewe, a house celebrated for conceptual experimentation and modern artistry. This choice aligns him with bold creativity and forward-thinking design language. The transition to Lacoste introduces contrast, clean lines, athletic heritage, and contemporary sophistication, reinforcing his ability to embody both edge and refinement. The crescendo arrives with Chanel. Few invitations carry comparable symbolic weight. A front-row presence at Chanel in Paris signals more than attendance. It reflects institutional trust and global recognition. Closing his itinerary with one of fashion's most historically influential maisons completes the arc. Taken together, these appearances form more than a schedule. They represent positioning across three distinct aesthetic philosophies: innovative, dynamic, and timeless, solidifying Wang Yibo's versatility within fashion's highest tier. In the language of the entertainment industry, S-tier is reserved for figures whose influence extends beyond projects and into market behavior. Wang Yibo's current trajectory reinforces that classification. Even in the absence of a newly announced film, his commercial value, brand desirability, and international visibility remain undiminished. Invitations from top-tier fashion houses, sustained global partnerships, and consistent media coverage signal more than popularity. They indicate institutional confidence. S-tier status is not measured solely by box office numbers or streaming metrics. It is defined by stability, cross-sector demand, and the ability to command attention without constant exposure. Wang Yibo demonstrates all three. His name carries weight across entertainment, luxury, and youth culture simultaneously. For global observers, the conclusion is clear. Relevance at this level is not seasonal, it is structural. And Wang Yibo's presence in Paris is less about participation. It is a reaffirmation of rank within the highest echelon of contemporary Asian stardom. As Paris draws the curtain on another fashion week, Wang Yibo's journey reveals more than a series of appearances. It reflects strategic evolution. From cinematic anticipation to global fashion authority, each chapter connects with deliberate precision. He stands at the intersection of entertainment, commerce, and culture, embodying a new model of Asian stardom that is internationally fluent and structurally influential. For global audiences, the narrative is clear. This is not a pause in momentum, but a recalibration of scale. Whether on screen or in the front row, Wang Yibo's next move will not simply be watched, it will shape conversation.